Let's take a look now at the license management when it comes to Microsoft 365. So here we are on portal.microsoft.com, and the main thing you're going to do if you want to see what licenses you already have is you're going to drop down billing, click on licenses, and you'll see the existing licenses. Now, first thing, let me say this. If you're doing this with me, you will not have the exact same licenses as me. Do not let that stress you out. You got to understand I teach a bunch of different courses, and I've got various licenses that I've used for these different courses. So I just want to show you, the point is not to have the same licenses as me. The point is just to see this is where you can go and you can see what licenses are available. Now when you click on a license, if it's a group of licenses, you can click on that license. You can see which users have been assigned that license, and then you can see the various actual applications and services that are available for that license. So you can see all these things here are included with this particular license. I can also take away rights to certain things. For example, looking at this Office 365 E5 subscription license that I've got for John Christopher here, I could turn off the ability for this user to use Microsoft Teams if I want to. I can just take that away. I can take that right away if I want. Just uncheck this and then hit save. All right. So that's how you would disable certain license capabilities for a user. The user would no longer be able to use that particular application. All right. But what about purchasing new licenses? So we do that over here on the marketplace. And you'll notice that if we go over to all products, they have various sort of like categories that we can view on these licenses. So if I just wanted to look at Microsoft 365 licenses, I can do that. Office 365 licenses, I could do that. We want to throw in, Windows 365. So we can see all these various licenses that are available. We can basically subscribe to these licenses where we would pay a monthly fee. So as you can see, here's Office 365 E5. I can compare that. And I could say, okay, well, what's the difference between Office 365 E5 and Office 365 E3? Well, we'll click compare, and this is going to tell us what we get. So it's the E5 is $38 a month, E3 is $23 a month at the creation of this video, of course, and you can see some of the things I'm going to get. So scrolling down here, you're going to notice that my E3 license kind of drops off when we get into audio conferencing, phone system support, and Teams, cloud app security, threat intelligence. So we don't get a lot of these capabilities. All right. So that kind of gives us a good idea. Now, what if we wanted to compare Office 365 E5 with Microsoft 365 E5? Let's go and find that. All right. We can see the cost difference. So you got $38 for Office 365 E5, $57 for Microsoft 365 E5. So this is per user, okay? So you would basically do this per user. All right, so you can see the differences. If you gave this out, it'd be done per user, but you can see the differences here. You can see the Office 365 E5 does not have as many features as Microsoft 365 E5 does. All right, from there, once you have licenses, again, you can click on licenses over here, select the license you want to assign, and then you can assign that license to users. Okay. You can also see what licenses a user has by going over here to users, active users. Keep in mind you are not going to see the same users as me. If you're doing this with me, I'm just going to look at myself. So JC at examlabpractice.com. I can click that user, and I can very quickly click on licenses and apps, and I can see exactly what licenses this user has. I can also take away any of these licenses that I want. Okay, so all in all, I think you'll find utilizing the licensing system in Microsoft 365 is pretty straightforward. It's definitely something that you can jump right in and look at and utilize the comparing system to help you understand what you're getting with the different licenses.